is Micah Adams. I am Waukesha South High School's defensive coordinator, and I am showing you a few video clips here on my Psycho package for the defense at Waukesha South for xandolabs.com. I want to take a minute to say thank you to Mike Kuchar and the team at xandolabs.com for letting me share this with you, and also to my head coach, Dave Arush, for the opportunity I get to try out some of my crazy ideas. Psycho defense is a package that we put in that tries to utilize a free-flowing and moving front where kids don't have set places to line up, but rather are moving around constantly trying to confuse the offense. We are a bit undersized at South and play in a monster of a conference in the Classic 8 in Wisconsin that produces state champions all the time, and we're trying to do our best to compete and use our God-given abilities, our fire and passion, our competitiveness. Our kids want to be great, and we're just trying to give them the tools to succeed like anyone else. So as you'll see, we've got one down lineman in this case, and you've got 6 kids up and moving around near the line of scrimmage, in addition to the defensive backs in their normal positions. We've built the front and coverage to mirror one another and to be able to be adjusted to one another. The DBs are able to operate separately from Psycho, doing what they usually do. So that's been a real plus here. As you can see, our opponent's quite a bit bigger than us, and we are doing this in an effort to get our best kids on the field that are a little bit smaller, undersized at times, but Psycho allows them to be aggressive, allows them to have fun with this, and have some freedom and some control over what they're doing. Our kids do an excellent job at the point of attack of getting skinny, getting underneath blocks, and being able to get to the ball carrier, rally the ball carrier. As Psycho gets everybody moving around, we are able to get many hats to the ball very quickly, something any defense wants to do all the time. But the kids are excited, and the kids are motivated to make Psycho work, which is half the battle of any defense, as you'll know. As you can see, we've got a gap blocking scheme here. Our kids are able to get underneath the down blocks as the offensive linemen are trying to hit a moving target and having a little bit of trouble doing it. You can see 51 flash here in white, missing his block. You see 70 as well, trying to reach out and grab somebody as he's missing as well. 36 takes on a cutout, or the kick out right here, and he's able to avoid the crack block coming here from 3 because he's moving on the move, and he's able to hold his ground on the cut block and able to get in on the tackle along with a bunch of his buddies, rallying to the ball as they are already moving, already in the mindset they're out to hunt. You're going to see a play here that was the first time we used Psycho in this game against a quality opponent. This is the runner-up in the state. And what we'll see here is our one player that's down is able to come unblocked by an offensive lineman, our D tackle here. He is taken on by a much smaller running back, comes free up the middle, obviously forces a lot of pressure, flushes the quarterback out. And the advantage Psycho gives us here is that we have a lot of mobile players on the field. With the fact that they need to move around, we need to have guys that are mobile and agile. So we get excellent pursuit to the ball, as you'll see. When the quarterback's flushed out of the pocket, our contain rush is there to keep him back into the pocket. We get pressure on him. We're going to be able to get a strip sack here and recover the fumble. Big play for us. Psycho's done an awesome job of creating turnovers, creating havoc for opposing offenses. It's something that we've really been able to build our program on, is creating turnovers and creating havoc. So you see the disruption amongst the offensive line as the offensive line seeks to pick up blitzing linebackers here. They leave the D tackle over the center completely untouched. The running back tries to block him, but clearly that's not the running back's forte. And we're able to flush the quarterback, and we're able to make a big play, getting a strip sack here. And the fumble recovery. Getting our offense in good field position. Exactly what we're looking for out of Psycho, as anybody's looking out of in any defense. One of the things with Psycho, too, is the end result at the snap. The kids are going to end up in what's a typical defense anyway. We have different combinations of blitzes and stunts that are similar to what we get out of our base look. And one of the hallmarks of Psycho is that it's not an all-out blitz at all times, even if it looks that way. You'll notice there are kids that remain at linebacker level that have contain responsibility or pass drop responsibilities if it was a pass. You'll notice another block or gap blocking scheme here, and our kids are able to, again, get in the backfield as the offensive line is a bit confused on where to go, who to pick up. And again, we get excellent rally to the ball, because we've got a lot of mobile kids on the field right now with Psycho. If you take a look and pay attention to 41 here, he's a kid that's going to end up making a play. He's a former wrestler, a kid that knows how to use his body and use leverage. Even if he's undersized, he is tough as nails and wanting to make a play. You're going to see in this gap blocking scheme, 44, the fullback is to be kicking out 41, but 55 is confused by the movement pre-snap of 41. And instead of blocking down as he's supposed to, he blocks out on 41, taking the kick-out block away. So the kick-out player is confused, runs into his offensive lineman, in effect blocking him for us, and bringing up 41 to make a nice play in the backfield. In addition, you got, like I said, rallying to the ball. And our kids have disrupted a much bigger team than us and made a stop. See, you've got an option team here. Another quality opponent we see in the tough Classic 8. And their flex bone kind of offense. You'll see the wing back in motion in a second here. And flex bone offenses obviously present lots of challenges for defenses, and we've got to be disciplined in the option attack, always having someone assigned to every player involved in the option play. You'll see Psycho, we're able to do this with the use of our wristbands as detailed in the article. Each kid has their assignment on their wrist, and that includes the player they have on option. So you'll notice as the quarterback works the mesh here, we found that Psycho makes it difficult for quarterbacks to establish who they're reading as kids are moving around, free-flowing at the snap. And our kids inside, even though they're undersized, are able to hold up well at the point of attack. The offensive line gets little movement. And you'll notice that we've got quarterback and two backs out here. We've got 3 players accounted for them out wide. The use of the wristbands has been instrumental in this, as the kids always know where they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to do. Practicing this on a regular basis as well, and having the kids just move to their spots as you would in any regular blitz or stunt drill. Just going over your calls on air has been very beneficial to us. You'll notice that kids know where they or who they've got on option very well. You'll notice 5, even though his blitz takes him to an outside path, this kid right here, our middle linebacker, he realizes he has the dive back, so he quickly redirects and is able to get in on the dive back as well. We're fortunate that our guys are able to, you see 41, again, an undersized kid. He's able to take on a bigger player, get low, use his leverage, and stop that dive back in his tracks. But again, had the quarterback opted to keep the ball, we are prepared with 47, 36, and 24 out on the 3 players out for the potential pitch. Okay, same situation against the flexbone team. 3rd and 15 here, if you'll notice. Definitely a passing down, passing situation. Another positive aspect to Psycho is that we have gotten a lot of bang for our buck. We are typically a 4-4 team, and what we do in Psycho is we try to put kids in positions that they're used to playing. For example, 22 on the top of the screen here is typically an edge rusher for us and has a contained rush. So when he sees the boot of the quarterback here, he's instructed to do his best to make sure that he either is making the sack or the tackle or turning the quarterback back inside, something he's used to doing anyway. So he's a very athletic kid, able to run down the quarterback and make sure he makes the play. See it better from the end zone view here. As 22 realizes he's got to stay outside the block of 13 and is able to make the play on 15, even as he's trying to break contain of the pocket. And again, that's really owing to the fact that we've trained 22 to do so already. You'll notice here we've got a spread team and an empty set. So we have adjusted as well, playing kind of what looks like a nickel package. We've got 6 guys moving at the snap in our box, and we've got, in essence, 5 DBs. Okay, we have a screenplay here, as this was often a counter to the Psycho package, as teams would try to take advantage of what they thought was an all-out blitz. But you'll notice 44 in the middle of the defense here, our defensive tackle on the field here, recognizes what's going on, gets to the running back here, and is able to be there in case the pass would be completed. But as you'll see from the sideline view, the quarterback's under enough pressure as the offensive line has a hard time even getting a piece of anyone given the confusion at the line of scrimmage, that he has to make a throw over some bodies, and it makes it difficult. So you see the quarterback's antsy trying to get rid of the ball quickly as he doesn't know who's coming or where they're coming from, makes a poor throw. Same game, same situation with the nickel package, even though they've got it back in the backfield. You'll notice better from the end zone view that we get deep penetration here, but what you can see well here from the end zone is that you've got two offensive linemen coming up on our safety as they are unable to block defensive linemen and linebackers moving around in our cycle package. I think any defensive coordinator will tell you that two offensive linemen on a safety is a win for the defense and something we're always looking for. So if you look here, we've got a gap running scheme here out of the offense, and they're looking to take on a man, but they don't know what man to take as the kids aren't lined up. And they're moving around at the snap. So at the snap happens, we get penetration out of 11, 52, 5, and 41 all in the backfield. Quarterback keeper here, and we've got multiple guys in position to make a big tackle for loss on 3rd and 3. Get a big stop. Again, Cycle was instrumental in our kids making big stops and getting a lot of momentum, a lot of energy for our teams. What we're looking for totally, is it's a fun package for our guys to do. It's something they enjoy and they get into. We're going to see a 3-step drop pass here. That was another common theme for teams trying to beat Psycho, was to go to quick pass drops. And what the kids are able to do, we're able to stay sound in coverage. You'll notice a cover 4 look or a cover 2 look on the top side and a cover 4 look on the bottom side here, a split coverage. And our kids, the DBs, are able to play their normal coverage. Cycle does not impact what they're doing, other than the fact that they understand quick throws and screen game is likely counter to this. So you'll notice our flat player 36 playing like a nickel back here, taking care of that bubble. And you've got 17 and 13 driving on quick throws. 13 able to get his hand in and knock this ball away as the quarterback seeks to get rid of the ball quickly as he's got 11 in his face blitzing. The kids, again, doing a great job of disguising what's going on. Offensive line isn't able to pick it up quickly. The counter is a quick throw, but our DBs are still in position as they have been trained that cycle means nothing to them. They are doing their jobs like usual and their coverage responsibilities as usual. Another clip here. Got a little bit different personnel, a little bit bigger group. Another important aspect of Psycho is making sure that we have good contained players. As another response we've seen to Psycho is to try and get outside of all the milling around in the middle. If your offensive line is having a hard time picking it up inside, teams to try to get outside on us. So this is something we drill every day, all the time, making sure the contained players in Psycho are there. 36 is typically a contained player for us and is somebody that's there ready to make the tackle on this inverted veer, what looks to be a stretch style run. You can see it from the sideline here. Despite the fact that 36 is moving around, he knows he has contained, gets there at the snap of the ball, and is able to make a play on number 40. Once again, I'd like to thank Mike Kuchar and the staff at xnolabs.com for inviting me to write an article and share some clips with you. I hope that you can put the Psycho package to good use for your team in the fall and create some disruption, some havoc as we have at Waukesha South. Thank you again. This is Micah Adams, Waukesha South Defensive Coordinator, signing off.